Testing 1, 2, 3. Well, yes. Hello there. Welcome to Zoli Molly's first podcast ever. Yoo-hoo! That's a very weird intro. I'll come up with something later. Alright, so yes. Welcome again. And yes, I'm starting a podcast. Because why not? Yes. So before I proceed to anything, I don't know, I would say what I want in my podcast, or the reason why I want to make a podcast. So first and foremost, I'm graduating from BA Honors in Creative Multimedia. So yes, I'll be graduating on the 19th December. And afterwards, I kinda don't have anything to do other than drawing, making resins, and play bass guitar. Yes, I do a bunch of stuff, and I'm adding more to my collection skills. So yeah, long story short, I'm just bored, like literally bored. And plus, some of my friends wanted to start, so pretty much I'll just invite them later on to join me in this journey of making podcasts. So yeah, and other than that, the reason why I want to start a podcast, this dates back to during my high school days when I was into K-pop, I guess, or I was sentimental. Yes. Alright, so during those days I listened to this one radio. Okay, first of all, during those days I wanted to be a radio DJ where it goes like late night radio DJs, where late night radio shows where the DJ will read letters and somehow suggests a song that goes with what you guys sent, what they sent, not you guys. So and as for an example, if you guys know this famous ballad singer Song Shi Kyung, he used to have a radio DJ. I'm not sure now because I stopped listening to K-pop for 1 year already. It's just 1 year. I might stop for a long time because it's getting boring and mainstream and toxic. Well, moving on is that, so it kind of interests me where you just read someone's letter, probably a problem or a love letter to someone, and you just suggest a song. Like, wow, you can do that, and you have the control to do that. Like, this problem suits this song, and I'm giving you that, so here you go. And that was the idea of those kind of shows. It does not only exist in Korea, actually. There's in Japan also, or pretty much every late night radio shows. Yeah. And so yes, if I were to sum up why I want to start a podcast, because I wanted to be a radio DJ, wanted to be a radio DJ. Since now it's the era of podcast, yeah, it's my way to go for it, because why not, right? And plus, this happened recently where I emceed my exhibition and I sucked badly. I got so nervous because probably it was talking in front of people, or because I was not prepared. I was prepared half-heartedly, which is very bad, and I hate the way I get nervous in front of people, and I still regret till now. It has been like how many days? 1, 2, 3. It was Monday, now it's Saturday, so you guys figure the numbers lah. Yes, and that's why I just want to build up my confidence in talking. Not really build up, because what I missed during high school was like the public speaking, where I don't talk much, or I was this one shy kid. Not really shy, it's just that I don't talk much. And speaking in front of people during high school was like the best feeling ever, where I get to express my inner thoughts and get people to get the message, to understand what I am or how I think or something. Yes, the idea of public speaking is something that I really love during high school, which I don't get during campus life because I'm in an art multimedia stream where we don't talk much other than presenting our presentations. Rephrase, other than doing presentations. And yes, presentations, it's fun. I mean, to talk, but yes, I get too formal, and that kinda, I like it if I were to be more casual in my talking and not uptight, because I have the mindset of casual, but when I present, it's very formal. Yeah. So moving on to the next point, why I want to start a podcast is because, yeah, why not, right? Kinda, why not? I love talking, actually. I live on my own, in my own room, in a campus hostel, and usually I have thoughts to myself, and I always talk out loud since I'm all alone. So yeah, I mean, those thoughts are kinda worthy of content. I'm not sure if it's worthy, but it's, to me, it's kinda wasted if I don't share it. That's why I started drawing comics. Like, I share experience and events of what happens, but then thoughts, I can't share it much because I didn't have the time to draw, because it was my final semester anyway. And this time, yes, after graduating, I'm going to have more time so I can draw and record and draw also, and make some stuff. So yeah, that sums up why I want to make podcasts. First is that I want to be a DJ, and I talk a lot. I love sharing sometimes. But yeah, it's just how, and most of it is just why not, and I'm bored and I know where to post. So yes, here you go. My reasons. It's too long, is it? It's okay. Alright. So next is I'll be talking on how I want it to be, or the concept of this podcast that I'm about to make, there's going to be bunch. It's going to be weekly, so do anticipate it, because I would love it if you anticipate it. So yeah, here's how it's going to be. I would love if there's going to be AMAs in the bracket. Ask me anything, where you ask me and I'll answer, because why not? And next, I used to think that I'm the counselor within my friends, but then no. So yes, I would love to include a listen to your story and I'll comment some advice or my personal experience to share. And yes, that is somehow a counseling moment. Yes, I keep saying yes. Oh gee, I should stop repeating words. Moving on. The next point that what the content is going to be is literally just psychology, NLPs, and motivational topics, because sometimes I need motivation myself. And also, I've been reading tarots. Not reading tarots, I can do tarot readings. I started learning it during June or July, and I can read tarots. So I'll kinda just read daily tarots if I can, or when people ask me online questions, I'll just pull out a card. So because that's how it works. You ask a question, I'll do a tarot, I'll pull out the card and read what the tarot shows. And other than that, since it's podcast, listening to my own voice is not really that fun, so I'm going to include guests. Rather than guests, it's just going to be my friends. Those kind of friends that likes to talk or cause chaos everywhere they will go, or just love talking. Yeah, those kind of people that would love to invite. And I might invite my mom also, because she really loves talking about psychology. So you might have to bear with it, or I'll have to bear with it. Gee. Alright, so next, I came up with a simple structure of my podcast. There's 6 that I listed, but you don't have to focus on it. It's going to start with an introduction where I greet everyone. Rather than everyone, I'm just gonna greet the listeners, and then I'll ask like, how's your week? Because since it's going to be weekly, I'll just ask, how's your week? Hopefully your week's going well. If not, hopefully your next week will be better. Quoted by Zoli Moli 2019, before 2019 ends. Wow. And this is still the introduction part segment-ish. So I'll break the ice of my recent happenings where, I don't know, for example, this week my faculty did an exhibition. It's big. I mean, it's big to us because we exhibit our works, our final year works. And that's kind of cool. And it's an exposure. Hopefully we get to we get employed by outside industries. We're working in multimedia, so that's why. And bam, next, after recent happenings during the week, I would jump into the topic. The topic would be most likely, I don't know, anything that bothers me during the week or some recent events that happens. But I would love if I don't jump into events much, because I am not knowledgeable in such, and plus most events are controversial, which is bad, and I might get hated for saying my thoughts, because, well, it's an open world now. Not really open world, it's 2019 ending already. It's about 20, it's going to be 2020, and people will get butthurt with opinions, and that sucks somehow. But I'm not going to jump on that. That would be on upcoming episodes or topics. And after jumping onto topics, before I end the podcast, I would answer some AMAs, questionnaires, read some stories and worries from whoever sends me their worries, or I'll just share people problems, not personal problems. Probably like I'll ask my friends, so do you have any problems I would love to talk about in my podcast, and I'll just share it in my podcast. And then I'll end it, not really end it in a very drastic way. There will be an outro. Yes, so kinda like that. 6 seconds. So, what I'm last but not least, I would love if people could anticipate this. Not really anticipate, but I hope you guys would listen to this. It's not that I'm writing a journal or a vlog or a log or a death log. I'm not sure what they call it in games, but I hope that people listen to this one and get. I mean, I'm doing it out of boredom anyway. So yeah. Hopefully when I give questions on Instagram, because that is the easiest place to get response, I'll just announce that I have a podcast, and then hopefully you guys will answer some questions or give me questions, so that I have things to talk while making this podcast. And so yeah, that somehow sums up. Before I end, the title for this podcast, my first ever podcast, would be, drumroll please, ding, Zoli Moli's Rambles Podcast. That sucks. I don't know, but I'm going to stick with my name and the word rambles in it, and podcast, because that's the only thing that I can think of, and that word sounds very casual rather than using the word, what do you call that word? Naggings? Not naggings. Heartfelt. I don't know, something that's very formal. So rambles is a very casual word that I think is casual. So yeah, once again I'll announce it. It's going to be Zoe Molly's Rambles Podcast, or Zoe Molly's Podcast Rambling Episodes. Yeah, and that kinda is the reason why I wanted to start a podcast. So hopefully you'll tune in to the next episode. And yes, hopefully I'll improve. Since there's no guidebook for podcasts, I mean, there's a lot of podcasts, and then people have been making tips and anything tips. People have been making tips on how to make a podcast, and yes, I'm starting this because kind of want to know how it works, and plus I want to talk more. And yeah, and that is all. Hopefully to talk in the next episode. See ya. Peace out.